Afternoon.
How are you?
Fine, thanks.
All right. My name is Clifford Basele. I'm the hatchery manager. I'm here to introduce everyone and welcome everyone. First, I would like to welcome the chairman of the board, Mr. Lerato Nare. Second, I would like to welcome the CEO, Ndate Machele Tedi. Second, third, I would like to welcome the advocate Khabo Mapose. Then, fourthly, I would like to welcome our own Jack Mutaze Ngohat. And lastly, I would say welcome everybody, the Bregas family, welcome. And I will took everything to the chairman to proceed with the ceremony.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon.
Thank you for making time to come here today. Last year when I came here, I was dressed like Jack. It wasn't a pleasant time, as all of you might know. I was with Kobus van Niekerk. He's no longer here. I think, colleagues, we can be honest to admit that the whole of last year has just been a violent year. We've had situations like this with ESCOM. And we as a board embarked on what we believed that was the right course, the organization, but for sure it caused anxiety amongst all of you. You know, a board comes in, suddenly management are exiting one by one. It's only simple or logical to believe that things are going to collapse. But I'm glad today to bring to you Mr. Machela Sishibe. He has, as he says, he has more than 30 years experience in the FMCG. Right? He's not a guy who's worked in a consulting firm and then is coming here to try and hope that when he does this and does these things will work. Machela, as you can see, this is a very clean place. That's what I remember about the breeders and hatcheries. That is quite an efficient place. And you can see Daybreak is quite an integrated business. We've caused lots of anxieties for the colleagues here, even though they did not want to say it. But at least the board has a CEO. But what is most important is that we've got a female CFO, we've got a female head of internal audit. You guys know the crazy doctor, Dr. Makwiti. Dr. Makwiti. She's my favorite doctor, by the way. Dr. Makwiti. We've got a head of HR. And I think you would believe that with the new head of HR that we have, the interaction across the group has been more of a respect for one. There's been more of a 360 degrees. When we came in, I remember one of the comments Jack made was that thank you for coming because no one has ever bothered to come here from the senior leadership. And I found that to be quite problematic. So we've been around the different divisions with Machela and the advocate. We started at the abattoirs. He has seen the Sundra abattoir. He has seen the Delmas abattoir. He has seen the differences between the two. We went to the feed mill on Friday. He has seen that is another operation and he's now here. And I said to him, the Merino, which one is it, Jack?
Merino.
No, the other one, the Petit.
Petit.
I said he'll go by himself.
Yes.
I'm only going to end here. But Machela, what you're inheriting an organization that is large. People here in Bela are the forgotten people. You know, they're the stepchild. I remember when I asked Kobus, when last were you here? And he said 5 years ago. And I said, wow, that's quite problematic. And we brought in Machela here because when Machela walked in, we were interviewing him. I think he captured us. We ended up with a conversation. You know, when he left, I said to my board members, I found my CEO, you guys can decide. But we had to go through emotions of interviewing people. But I'm happy that his assessment proved exactly what I saw when he walked in. We want you to integrate this business so that the guys at the feed mill, you could pick up the anxieties at the feed mill that, oh, what is going to happen to us? The guys here don't feel forgotten. You know, Daybreak is not an abattoir business. Daybreak is not Delmas, where when you ask a person, where's Daybreak? Where are you? I'm at Delmas. You know, that's what Daybreak was all about. When we came in, it was all about Delmas. And it is quite difficult to find a person who has high IQ, but also high EQ. And we believe that with the appointment of Marcella, you guys will be much closer. You'll work together. There's little to fix here. From my assessment, from the numbers, they are exceeding the raw standard. I know Jack is running his own little shop of these big eggs with 2 yolks that you can take from his. But other than that, really, there's less to fix except to just build a culture of getting people to work together, so that people in Bela do not feel like they are the stepchild of Daybreak. And what would make me happy, even if I leave tomorrow or whenever my term ends, is to hear that Exco, one of the months, was held here, or Exco was held at the feed mill, not only abattoirs. You know, we brought you here last so that you can understand that this machine, as it is running, we need to fix the other part. So with that, colleagues, thank you for your patience with us. I know some of you looked at us and say, you know, these people are crazy. You know, this cadre deployment is just going to cause us issues. But you can see, yes, Mr. Machela, some of you has been working with Jack and have been working well together. And Jack, thank you for your support. Thank you for working with us. Advocate as always. Thank you very much. And colleagues, over to you, Machela. Here's your people. Treat them with respect.
Thank you. Thanks. Great. Good afternoon, colleagues. Let me first thank the chair for hiring me, or for recommending to the rest of the board that I should come and be a member of the team along with the advocate. You know, I have been in this situation a couple of times where I have been appointed in senior roles as an MD in various organizations. But this is the first time that, as part of my onboarding, I've literally gone to every operation hand in hand and hand in glove with the chair, you know, as part of my onboarding. You know, I think this is special. I just want to publicly acknowledge and, you know, my gratitude to you, Chair. It's something that really means a lot to me as part of the onboarding. I already feel at home, you know, after a week of being with the business, and every operation that I have been to, I've been especially, I felt very welcome. I also want to thank Jack. If his external support mechanism to show me around, Jack has been with me every day, even on Sundays, you know, by WhatsApp, directing me where I should go, you know, who I must meet, and then my calendar. And, you know, I'm still on a learning curve at the moment. You know, when you're outside the industry, often you do not know all the guards, you don't know what's happening inside the industry, you know, start to finish. With the meetings that I've had, you know, Rihanna, Jack, and the rest of the team that I met at head office and the other operations, I'm starting to get a very clear picture as to where, as a team member, I can add value. I'm highlighting this, you know, this title, team member. I don't see myself as I see myself as part and parcel of the team to make this company great. We have different titles, we have different roles, and it's very important that each and every one of us understand what our role is to make the whole, to make this, you know, the company succeed. At the end of the day, we are a commercial enterprise that must create value for all its stakeholders, you know, the customers, the employees, the communities in which we serve. Excuse me. And for that we need a team of good people. One of the things that came from my interview is, you know, it's a repeat of what the chair is saying. I did ask, you know, my research into the company before I went to the interview, I did not see good things in the newspapers about Daybreak. I don't know whether you guys have Googled yourselves on the newspapers. There's a lot of negative stuff. Just as if the place is falling apart. Management is changing, maybe not making profit, and then years ago, ownership is changing all over, and you are not quite sure. So I went to the interview with a little bit of apprehension. And just as they were interviewing me, I was also interviewing them, believe it or not. So that I come out, the meeting knowing, where I stand. But one key question that I raised with them about, okay guys, you're here and you're battling all these missiles and you're having incoming fire from different angles as the board in the media. How are you making sure that the operation is running? As a consumer now, as a customer, can I find your product in the shops when I go there? Is it going to be of high quality? Those were the key questions for me. And the answer that they gave me was, yes, we may be having our own little argy-bargy at the senior management level, but the operation is running, and successfully so, because we've got a team of people in the plants who are dedicated to their job, who are showing up on a daily basis, and are making sure that as a company, from a production point of view, a sales point of view, operations point of view, the company does not suffer. So what he's saying, the commitment to that, your commitment and our commitment to you from a leadership point of view is exactly what he said to me in the interview. So I found that very, 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 very encouraging indeed, and that I'm not joining a team that is completely broken. I'm joining a team in which I can only add my contribution to make things better. I also share the values of the company, but I just want to add a couple of things, that for me are quite important. We are a commercial enterprise, and currently we are number 5 in the marketplace in terms of our size and what we sell. I do believe that we can do better. Just as it's a continuous philosophy of mine that you want to always continuously improve and have aspirations. Okay. In order to do that, there are 2 additional values that I hold very dear. First one is excellence, on top of what I see on the board. Everything that we do as a team, if it's worth doing, it must be done excellently. Right from I've now come from the breeding farms, the hatchery, the feed mill, going to the abattoir, and the sales team who take distribution, and sales team that take product into the trade. There must be a signature that when they look at Daybreak, they can say, this is Daybreak. Is it high quality? Is it great service? Is it good relationships? Let us have something of pride that we inject into this product. The second part is ownership. That we are team members, let's be all clear about what our role is, so that we can take ownership for the business and the roles that we perform. I want to go back to what the chair said. I do not like, personally, not a leader that stays in the office. A head office is the least favorite part of my business. The most favorite part of my business is in the marketplace and in the operations. Customers, partners, as well as the employees who are doing, the team members who are getting the job done. So to the point that he raised earlier, that the hatcheries and the breeders were stepchildren, forgotten children. Let me give you an assurance today. You will not be forgotten any longer. Thank you very much.
Thank you.